Hi, Wendy. Wendy, thanks so much for being here. It's really such an honor to speak with you, not just as a Jaws fan, but as someone who really admires the work you've done for sharks and ocean conservation. Jaws at 50 is really more than just film history. It's really a bridge between storytelling and real world impact, and I'm
Mhm.
really thrilled to dive into that with you.
Thank you. I'm glad you look at it that way because that's how I look at it too.
Great. Well, the documentary really does beautifully blend the legacy of Jaws with real-world ocean concerns and conservation. Why was it important to you that Jaws at 50 include that scientific and ecological dimension?
Oh, I've been working environmentally, and Peter and I worked environmentally for years to get people to understand how important sharks are for the ocean, for a healthy ocean. And so I was thrilled when Laurent Bouzereau and then National Geographic decided to put together this documentary, and I was part of it, so that they could show the positive effect of Jaws, which really jump-started research. And one important statistic, I think, is that the application in marine science at the Rosenstiel School in Miami jumped 30% right after Jaws. So, yes, there was fear, but there was even more fascination and interest in sharks.
Well, you kind of indicate that there's been a long evolution from fear to fascination when it comes to sharks, and largely, sparked by the original film. How do you think Peter would feel about that transformation and how it's reflected in this new documentary?
Yeah. Oh, I think he would be really thrilled with this new documentary because it encapsulates everything the last 50 years. But remember, Peter saw the positive effect of Jaws right away because he received hundreds, thousands of letters from people all over the world saying, oh, yeah, it was exciting and I was scared, but I was so fascinated and I wanted to learn more about sharks. So that positive effect really happened within the first 8, 10 years after Jaws, and then just continued to build as Peter and I worked on educating people about the ocean and sharks.
One of the cool things about this new documentary, I think, is that you appear along with your family as well as marine experts. And what was that experience like, both personally and emotionally, to revisit Peter's legacy with your family and your children?
Oh, it was really it's been a lovely, sentimental time for us to go back over Peter's life and our life together with Tracy and Clay. Um, and they both are superb divers and went on some expeditions with Peter. So they have in their heart and in their brain and in their soul some very deep feelings for the ocean and great enjoyment of it. And the grandchildren also are all divers. So lucky me.
Well, this is really the definitive 50-year tribute. And if Peter were watching the film with you, what part do you think would move him the most?
Oh, now, Joe, I think what would move him is the power of of the documentary. Let me see. So I think what would move him would be the power of how the interest in sharks and the fact that it's really continued through the years and become stronger and stronger and and that there are thousands of people, governments and people around the world now that are actually making progress on the ocean, whether it's marine protected areas or controlling overfishing. So I think that what's happening in the real world, which the documentary goes into a bit, is what is the most powerful for people to know.
Well, we're almost out of time. I've really enjoyed this, and I just want to sort of leave you with this. As a lifelong Jaws fan, one of the feelings I came away with in this doc after watching the documentary was just how proud I was to be part of this Jaws community, little
Uh,
part as a fan or the things I do with the Jaws community. And I just want to thank you and Peter for giving us that gift that keeps giving, and it's been a lifelong legacy. So thank you for
oh,
that.
oh, that's wonderful to hear. Thank you, Joe.
Thank
Thanks.
you, Wendy. I really enjoyed this.